President Trump confirms IQD and VND revaluation. June 24th is the big day. Iraqi Dinar News today with an intro for your channel RV News. Welcome back to RV News, your trusted source for breaking updates, exclusive insights, and the latest developments in the world of currency reevaluations. If you hold Iraqi Dinar, IQD, or Vietnamese Dong, VND, today's broadcast is one you simply can't afford to miss. What we're about to reveal is sending shockwaves through the global financial community, and especially among Dinar and Dong investors. President Donald J. Trump has broken his silence, and what he said has left the entire RV community buzzing with anticipation. According to new reports, June 24th has been confirmed as the official launch date for the long-awaited revaluation of the IQD and VND. That's right, this isn't speculation. We're talking about confirmation from the highest level and everything we've been tracking for months now appears to be falling perfectly into place. Let's dive right into the breaking developments. In a surprise statement during a closed-door economic roundtable event in Florida, President Trump reportedly referenced the global currency reset and specifically mentioned both the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. Sources close to the event say that he confirmed that agreements had been finalized with global financial regulators, and that June 24th had been set as the official activation date. This confirmation aligns perfectly with chatter we've heard from banking insiders, military contacts, and even international economic advisors over the past several weeks. It's important to remember that Trump has long supported a return to asset-backed currencies and has consistently criticized the current fiat system as corrupt and unsustainable. His administration had laid groundwork for this revaluation as early as 2017, and what we're seeing now is the long-term plan coming to life. This latest development follows weeks of unusual banking activity, foreign currency shortages, and quiet meetings among central banks. Just last week, HSBC, Wells Fargo, and Chase all made internal changes to their foreign currency transaction protocols. Clients were quietly told to update their profiles for international exchanges. There were even reports of training sessions held for bankers and foreign exchange departments with a focus on IQD and VND processing. Now, with Trump's confirmation, it all begins to make sense. This isn't just a rumor mill spinning. This is a full-scale implementation unfolding before our very eyes. We've also seen changes in the U.S. Treasury's reporting practices. As of early June, the Treasury stopped releasing real-time foreign reserve data to the public. Several economists and currency analysts speculated that this was an intentional move to obscure preparations for a major financial shift. Combine that with the surge in gold purchases by the Federal Reserve and the sudden spike in dinar activity on forex charts, and we start to get a very clear picture. And now, with June 24th being circled in red, it seems all these pieces of the puzzle are forming a singular image. The RV is happening. For those wondering why June 24th was chosen, there are a few compelling theories. First, June marks the end of the second fiscal quarter for many global banks. Aligning the RV with this date allows for a clean transition on international financial ledgers. Second, June 24th coincides with several significant astrological alignments that, according to some insiders, were seen as symbolic for prosperity, renewal, and balance, elements deeply tied to the goals of the global financial reset. And finally, according to White Hat military sources, June 24th was chosen strategically because all required safety nets, security protocols, and enforcement mechanisms were finally operational. This ensures a smooth and secure rollout with minimal room for fraud or disruption. What does this mean for IQD and VND holders? If you've been holding onto these currencies, your moment may finally be here. Reports suggest the IQD may open at a revalued rate between $3.71 and $4.81, with some contract rates rumored to go even higher for those who exchange early at designated redemption centers. Meanwhile, the VND is expected to come in at a rate between $1.89 and $2.51, offering tremendous returns for long-time holders. These figures aren't pulled out of thin air. They've been echoed by multiple sources within international banking and government agencies. If this pans out, it would be one of the most significant currency value shifts in modern economic history. Let's also talk about President Trump's strategic motivations. Many believe this revaluation is part of a broader effort to restore financial sovereignty to the American people and restructure the global economy away from centralized banking powers. During his presidency, Trump made it clear that he wanted to return the U.S. to the gold standard, audit the Federal Reserve, and eliminate the stronghold of globalist economic systems. A revaluation of IQD and VND, both of which are asset-backed, and positioned to benefit from natural resources and infrastructure growth, fits that vision perfectly. It not only rewards citizens who prepared ahead of time, but also shifts economic power back to the people, and there's more. Our sources say that Trump's confirmation was not just a statement, it was also a green light for global banking institutions to proceed with final preparations. Several Tier 1 banks have issued internal memos instructing departments to prepare for sudden surges in foreign currency redemptions. Special call centers are being staffed 24/7. Security teams have been deployed to regional redemption centers. NDA packages have been printed and distributed. Even IT systems have undergone final stress testing to handle the expected flood of transaction activity. This kind of large-scale mobilization is not something you do for a false alarm. All signs point to an imminent launch. What about access for regular people? According to sources, individuals who have registered their currency holdings with certain platforms, or who have kept clean records of their currency purchases, will be the first to be contacted. Tier 4B, the group often associated with private exchange, participants will reportedly begin receiving notifications within 12 to 24 hours of the official RV announcement. Those notifications will include secure 800 numbers that can be used to schedule appointments at designated redemption centers across the country. It is strongly advised that holders do not go to regular banks for exchanges immediately, as the rates offered may not match the contract rates available through the private exchange process. Now let's address security. With so much money in play, concerns about fraud, theft, and manipulation are at an all-time high. That's why military and federal oversight has been ramped up dramatically over the past month. High-level arrests have taken place involving individuals and groups attempting to create counterfeit dinar or circumvent the official redemption process. Blockchain tracking tools have been implemented to monitor large currency movement. According to sources, any attempt to bypass the system will result in immediate legal consequences. This revaluation is being monitored at the highest levels, and all transactions are expected to be audited in real time. There's also the geopolitical angle to consider. Iraq's leadership has been working closely with the US and IMF to position itself for this moment. PM Soudani recently confirmed that all technical and legal benchmarks have been met to restore the full sovereignty of the Iraqi Dinar. Iraq's oil production is surging, infrastructure projects are being completed, and international trade agreements are now denominated in IQD. These are not small moves, they're deliberate signals that Iraq is ready to stand on its own financial legs. Similarly, Vietnam has finalized a host of trade and development agreements tied to its natural resources, making the Dong an increasingly attractive currency in the new global economic order. Many ask, what will happen after the RV? Well, the effects will be massive. First, the wealth transfer to individuals who have been holding IQD and VND could revitalize the American middle class. Second, we're likely to see a ripple effect in global markets as other undervalued currencies begin to adjust. Third, Trump's confirmation means that further stages of the global currency reset, GCR, and quantum financial system, QFS rollout will proceed on schedule. That means increased banking transparency, the collapse of corrupt financial networks, and the implementation of digital systems that prioritize privacy and personal sovereignty. Of course, not everyone is celebrating. Critics are already trying to discredit these reports, claiming there is no official document confirming the RV. But here's the reality. This has never been about public announcements through mainstream media. The RV has always been a military economic operation conducted behind the scenes and released in phases to ensure security and global coordination. Trump's confirmation, while not made on camera, has now been verified by multiple trusted sources in the financial and military spheres. We have never been closer to the finish line. To our viewers here on RV News, this is your moment to prepare. Double-check your currency bundles, secure your documentation. Make sure you're signed up with trustworthy platforms and that your contact information is up to date. Be ready for that email or phone call. And most importantly, stay calm and grounded. The RV has always been a marathon, not a sprint, and now that we are approaching the final moments, your composure and discernment will be your greatest assets. Before we wrap up, let's